Hello. Hello. How are we today? Simulator Gaming Alexander George and the other people watching. I went through that a bit too quick and didn't actually think it out. How are you guys? It's exceedingly quiet today. Yeah. It's because it's a bank holiday in Ireland and everybody else is like blah 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 blah, not weekend. Hey Rupert. And Woodshed. So we're in the King Air C90 today. And you might notice my X-Plane looks significantly different than it did a couple of days ago. YouTube also didn't push. GG! Yeah, I'm using a few new things. I've changed my X-Enviro preset and put in a new Lua script, so everything looks crazily realistic. It's a bit scary at times. So we do have some light rain. I don't know if it's coming across on the screen, but there is some light rain just dotting the windows. Let's get external power on. Get these things on. Why are these not coming on? It's because I don't have the avionics turned on. That would be a good reason, Dave. Yeah, avionics master needs to come on. Because I want to put in a flight plan. Flight plan, and can I just... Oh my god. Wow, this shows the last time I used the, what was this, 530? Okay, FEFF. Direct. Why am I not use trackpad? Because it's uncomfortable. I would show you guys the flight plan, but it's a bit of a faff when I'm trying to type it in. Direct to Mike. Papa Kilo. Can I do this, I wonder? Because I'd love to be able to go uniform golf. Six. This might not work. This is me trying something incredibly silly, but it might work. I'm trying to put in an airway here. 5. Not gonna work. Okay. So I'm gonna have to put in every individual waypoint. My big head's covering. I can move that to there. Hey MJ. So it's gonna be to Kizdu. Kizdu to Moros. I can't wait to get to the US because some of the waypoints are hilarious. There is an approach in, I think it's Atlanta, that is entirely themed around The Hobbit. Not Morob. More. Are you serious, Venezuela? Yeah, chat's covering. GG. You move it down to there. Venezuela! With the high caliber waypoint name of Moron. No, Moros. The intersection Cameroon, yes. And then from Moros it's to Inoka. This could take a little while because it's this is all on airway, so if I could put in airways it'd be amazing, but it's not going to let me. No, not Inob. Inoka. Then from Inoka to Urpel. PUL. Urpel. From Urpel to Ikron. I'm not using Zebo today, SG, just because you like Zebo. Run from Ikron to Ludna. This is the last waypoint, then we can just throw in the airport. Not Luanda. Not Ludo. Ludna. And then it is Fool. Fox. Oscar. Not Foog. Fool. Leon Mba. There we go, that's our GPS setup. So that's GPS. Not gonna put it into the second box. We'll be fine with just the one. Hey Mars Bar. Ortho, ortho, ortho. Ortho, ortho. Ortho, ortho. Ortho to ortho. Let's get this plane starting. Auto feather on, prop governor test. That. Get these lights on. There we go. Get some light on the situation. Oh, that's much better. I'm gonna need to get the weather for where we are. Is this technically in VATSIM? I do not know. I don't have VATSPY open. Interesting. VATSPY, come to my aid. You lost scanned already. Okay, so it is in VATSIM, so I could just go to this window and hit in FEFF. Let's have a look at the meter. 3rd of June, 1500 Zulu, which is about an hour ago. Variable 3 knots. Good visibility, scattered at 1000. Few cumulonimbus at 3300. 2420 QNH 1012. And inverter. Batteries on. Auto ignition on. Ignition engine start. For engine 2. Just wait until the turbine hits 25%. 18, 19. This is the time-consuming bit of starting the engines. There's a 20% in this. Must be 20%. Let's throw some fuel at it. I'm just gonna change some sound settings here. There we go. That wasn't fuel. Wait, no, these need to be full as well, don't they? And there we go, good start on 2. Just ignore those warnings for now. And we can bring the props actually down to about there would be probably perfect. Turn off the engine start on 2. And engine start on 1 now. She's going to be helped by the fact that engine 2 is already running. %. Give her some beans. Alright, in the meantime, nav, recognition, beacon, and taxi can come on. Windshield anti-ice normal. Pitot heat on, stall warning on. Open the bleed valves. And I want to set... Can I set? I cannot set. Ah! Yes, can't do that. So we're going to be cruising at, what did I file? 15,000 feet. Crosshair out of sync. Nope, they're in sync now. Notification sent 15 minutes late. Well, you just missed me putting in the flight plan, effectively. Let's just move you up to there a bit. Take off the parking brake. And... Nope. No. Oh, I need these to be full forward to do this. Dum de dum de dum de dum. How to correctly use how to correctly use a plane that can power back. Let's get the starter off there. We'll take Victor 2 and we'll just take that end of the runway there. Oh, there we go. There's my altitude set. 15,000, please. Your headset doesn't work with your phone since you updated it. My headset hasn't worked with my phone for yonks. I'm just kind of ignoring it now. I didn't actually set fuel. We should be good for fuel. If we're not, I can magically add some now, actually, just to be on the safe side. Yeah, let's add a bit of fuel just to make sure we're good. I haven't used the C90 in a little while. I haven't really flown it in such a little while. External power still technically on, and the gens, I'll just flip a reset there. Perfect, and we'll turn off. Actually, never mind, let's keep the ignitions on just for takeoff. This is idle. We're just rocking along at idle. Here we go. Just move my joystick back a bit. Okay. We're gonna just stop up the edge of the runway here and do a small bit of extra setup. Sounds brilliant, looks stunning. Yeah, I think I've got to explain the way that I want it now. So I guess here's as good places I need to turn on the transponders correctly. And no, go forwards please, plane. Let's get the strobe on, landing lights on. That was full throttle, by the way, Alexander. I did see that, Evil Scots. I did see that. Thanks for letting me know. This plane comes with X-Plane, by the way, if you're in any way interested in the insanity that is this sound. I have forward pressure on the stick. Move that. Keep steering with the rudder. 80 knots, and let's get a bit of rear pressure now to take off at about 100 knots. Take off at about... oh my god! Okay, okay. Bit more rudder. Holy cow. Okay. Okay, this is not going well immediately. Come on. Forgot the weather was insane. Need to calibrate my joystick? No, that was weather doing that. That was wind. Didn't know Ryanair operated turboprops. No, what happened there was I caught a bad gust and it just kind of shot the plane in a weird direction immediately. Also, I put way too much rudder in. Pull back the power a bit. This thing just wants to go nose up. Let's get the autopilot on with the yaw damper. Climb. Yikes. Trim up. Maybe not that up. Set nav, I'll select. It's going to turn us onto course, and we'll be good to go. There we go. So that is us leaving Bangui. Just yeeted itself off the runway. Yeah, that was a bit extreme. That was that was more than a bit extreme. Simulate, Mr. Moxley did another interview. How are we doing for speed here? Okay, a bit more. Not the... Yeah, just more prop. When in doubt, add more prop. We can trim a bit more nose down, I think, as well. And we'll just bring this up to standard barrel now. There we go, that's us kind of on the go. Let's show you where in the heck we're going. So here's our flight plan from FEFF to Fool, and we are right here just south of Bangui, heading on to our route here. That'll bring us straight over to well, yeah, oddly enough the first point is actually the airport, or the VOR just off the end of the airport, the Bangui Mpoko VOR. We're going to be heading to Kizdu now, which is a named intersection and RNAV thingy. We got a decent long flight ahead of us, about 1,000 kilometers. Yeah, Sim, I heard that. And if that happens, oh boy, the rage. That'll be a lot of people just done with that company, I think. Let's get the old windscreen wipers on just to make sure that we can see where we're going into these clouds. Now, so, oh wow. Yeah, really glad I got this X-Vision preset, and then the fluffy clouds Lewis script, as well as the no whiteout in clouds Lewis script to make the clouds a bit more believable. Yeah, the whole of X-Plane just looks more believable for me now. And it's really easy to take a bloomin' nice screenshot. This is what happens. This is a default plane, but this is what happens when you invest a small bit of money and a lot of time into getting X-Plane looking good. Because it is just visually stunning now, and I can really enjoy the views. Is the plane stalling, or is that supposed to be turning? It's supposed to be turning. I was slightly concerned that was a stall. But yeah, that is... Grass saturation's a bit much. It is a small bit, but at the same time, I'm kind of okay with it being over green. A bit overly green. It kind of works. Because, you know, there's definitely grass. Probably, like, as a game, it looks spectacular. Now, with the tweaks that I've done between generating scenery and that kind of stuff, and faffing with X-Vision presets and different Lewis scripts. Oh, there is an IIS mod. Can I use the IIS mod? I can use the IIS mod. How do I know what by the speed it's chosen is? Seriously, how do I change the IAS chosen? Heading course. Flight director on. Oh wow, it wants to go way nose up still. No, 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 down, 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 down. Just... Can I pop this out? No. Can I go vertical speed? Vertical speed and just... There we go, vertical speed's what I wanted. Just want to kind of go up a small bit. Little tiny up, baby up, not all the up. Let us news, Luke. Oh my god. Hey, Fenton. That looks stunning. That looks actually stunning. You can watch in 1080 if you want. I think I've got 1080 available. No 1080? Wait, why is it topping out at 360? Hang on a second. Something's gone wrong here. Is it seriously topping out at 360? No, 720. Well, that's bloody annoying that it won't work at 1080. Yeah, I thoroughly recommend the highest... YouTube's been doing that. Oh, good. They've broken it. Thoroughly recommend just the highest resolution you can get on this because... Oh my god. This is pretty. This is really, really pretty. You have question. Ask the question. Google had problems last night. Things might be extra. Yeah, I've accidentally broken things. Hang on. I'm just refreshing so I can't see chat real quick. There we go. I got chat back. One of your PC would run Explain better. Yeah. It's always going to be the limiting factor. Just in case you weren't aware, this is, the shadows on the ground, they're real-time render, dude. They're based on where the clouds actually are, and the position of the sun. Just in case you weren't sure, this is actually ortho. Yes, we've got the ground clouds. Model plane is this? This is a Beechcraft Beechcraft King Air C90. It's, the smallest King Air that Beechcraft make or made. I'm not entirely sure they still make it anymore. It's a twin-engine turboprop. Not sure what the flight ceiling is. Not entirely sure. Well, the range is a couple of thousand miles. Or about 5 hours of flight time. It's just snowing in that very small area in Africa. The downside of African ortho is the fact the ground clouds are bloody everywhere because there's very little actually good photo scenery available. So are we at 15,000 now? I think we've just hit 15,000. Can I push it a bit more? I think I'm good at 15,000. Let's get the props back to something that would resemble a cruise in most planes. Yeah, the fuel back just to save a bit of fuel. And okay, we can... Oh, I didn't have alt select on, did I? I did. Why is it still climbing and... Oh dear, it's doing the thing. This is a thing that the X-Plane Autopilot likes to do, and I'm not sure why, but it's just gonna kind of wobble the plane for a bit now. Just gonna pull back on the power a small bit, and that tends to make it less angry. The drone is brilliant, but it'll bug me. I love the drone. The signature drone of our turboprop is one of my favorite sounds. Looking for torque. Engine temp's a bit high, so let's try and get the fuel sorted for better engine temperature. There we go, that's all the power we can get, that's all the beans we can give. And it's just gonna do the wobbly thing, okay. Hey, Pa. Yeah, going back to Sim's question, all the ground shadows are based on where the clouds are. There is, in theory, a very tiny shadow of the plane as well. Flyby, you can't hear properly because the dash is so loud. Yeah. It's kind of the downside of turboprops. The plane is definitely trying. No push. No push. Did I see MJ's on the map? No. MJ did not inform me there was another map. Yeah. There we go. What are you trying to do? No push. No push. You don't know what I'm saying, but you're still watching. I think the plane's stalling. Yep, we're stalling. Why is this not working correctly? Now we're in full stall.
Caution.
Yep, full stall.
Caution.
Do. How's Dave? Dave is good. Dave is dealing with some issues. do you know what it is? It's ice. Take long to learn how to play this game. I'm kind of still learning, to be honest. There's no point with flight sims where you stop learning. Let's turn on the engine anti-ices as well. I'm doing good, Art. Hey, Michael. Apologies if I'm not as great with chat as I usually am. I'm just kind of dealing with some icing issues on the plane at the moment. May go down to 10,000 if this continues. Another option is that I'm just not getting the power out of the engine that I should be, because prop pitch is wrong. Okay. That should be better. You can pull back the fuel a small bit. How's my fuel level? It's still nearly full. Try the de-icer. This is actually what I'm doing. This switches the de-icing boots. Celebrating since Sunday night. Very nice. Fuel level's good. We've got 11 gallons per tank, 22 gallons of fuel left. Sorry, 2,200 pounds left. 2,200 pounds of fuel left. That's... fuel is no issue. The concern really is the de-ice. Just turn off auto ignition, see if we can get a bit more power out of the engines. There we go. Just getting that small bit of extra power out of the engines now. Hey, Henry. Yeah, that's much better now. We're actually climbing into airspeed. We're not losing altitude. Ground speed's 202 knots. Yeah, I've got this under control again. That was spooky. That was very spooky. Yeah, now we're in a good cruise. "15,000 feet, we got a decent amount of track miles to go. We'll be hitting our first waypoint here in 5 minutes. Kiss do. So we got 530 miles left on this trip. At ground speed of 230, should be about 2 hours. Let's not talk about that, Henry. I deleted it for you. There we go. So I think we've now got the props in the right position. There's a river. Snaking its way through the African jungle. There's a different river, I think, also snaking its way through the African jungle. This river looks prettier, though. Yeah, no, I'm okay talking about like the TFR around Stansted, but let's not. Actually, let's talk about it. Let's talk a small bit about this. So, whenever the US president, whoever he is, or she, It's irrelevant. Whenever they go anywhere, what's known as a TFR, temporary flight restriction, gets placed. I think it's somewhere like 30 or 50 nautical miles around the plane, around Air Force One and the whole the whole shebang coming in. And during that temporary flight restriction, during the TFR, no planes are allowed to land in that area. No planes are allowed to be in that area. No planes are allowed to even taxi in that area. They put a full stop on every airport within the restricted zone. So as a US president is flying around the world, or just for ease, the US, there is a bubble coming along with him that is a no-fly zone, which is it's incredibly silly. I know why it happens, but that doesn't make it not silly. But it's been a thing for the longest time. Well, I said the longest time. Probably at least since 9/11. I don't know when the TFRs around Air Force One and I think it's called the Freedom Flight, which is typically American. I don't know when all the TFRs and stuff started, but I know that they are in place now, and they're very strictly enforced by fighter jets. Taxing landing bit is a bit stupid. The ground stop is usually basically just because it's easier to keep planes stopped. Especially on like a commercial airport. We'll say at Luton Stansted, Gatwick, Heathrow, JFK, anywhere where there's jets. It is easier for air traffic control and ground control to just say nothing's going to move while nothing's going to take off. So the easiest way to do that, the easiest way to make sure that number one, everybody's safe, and number two, the airlines don't waste a ton of money on fuel that's just going to be used. Yeah, the airlines have a part to play in this as well, because they don't want to be wasting fuel on you. They don't want to be wasting money on fuel that is just going to be used sitting on the ground doing nothing. And they don't want to waste engine time, because those engines are time limited in a jet. They don't want to waste engine time just sat idling on the ground. And they don't want to run the risk of the engines sucking something up and breaking. Holy crap! What just happened? That was a stall. Plane iced up and I wasn't paying attention. Still icing. That was a hard stall. Okay, vertical speed. To IAS because I want to hold that speed. I'll go vertical speed. Just go down, 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 down. Just want it to climb slowly. I'll select autopilot on. Autopilot. There we go. We're playing drunk at the pilot drunk. That was a full-on stall. That was ice. Just reducing the lift of the wings. We're still icing. Let's just get more and more anti-ice out there. Okay, we're not on alt hold, we're on select. Just put a nudge more up. And there we go. Okay, this is an interesting flight. This is a lot more interesting than I was hoping. Let's just climb our way up to 20,000 feet. Believe it or not, I've completely forgotten what I was talking about before all of this. Okay, how are we looking on the wings? Still icing. Still icing, wow. Trump, is it? Were we not talking about just general TFRs around US presidents? Can we please get above this rain? Because this is causing all sorts of chaos. Okay, I think we have control over the plane again. Got full anti-ice on. Everything is basically on. And I'm hoping we don't stall again. Whew. If I was a couple of thousand feet lower, I wouldn't have saved that. That would have been just straight into the ground. Plane's still struggling big time. Will I be using Zebo again? Yes, at some point. I don't want to do, like, too many jet legs, is my issue. I don't want to have, like, 6 jet legs in a row. Because I genuinely enjoy, swapping up the planes that I'm using from leg to leg. My favorite off-camera plane? It's probably between Zebo and the Saab that I got there yesterday, the day before. The Saab 340 Bravo. It flies really nicely. It's a turboprop, which I love. I am a big fan of turboprops. No, it's not SG. It's from Coronado. Really high quality, but you do pay for it. And if you look in the planes room, Sim, you will see that I managed to get a... I had to somewhat make it. I had to convert it from P3D, but I got an Aer Lingus regional skin for it. The Aer Lingus commuter. Is it the Saint Ethna? Saint Finbar. So you would apologize for me just kind of a small bit ignoring chat at the moment. We're getting back up into the region where the plane keeps stalling, so I want to try and keep it actually climbing and get up to about 20,000 feet, so that maybe we'll not die. Yes. That is the one that I have. Flies reasonably well, you just need to get kind of used to it. Took me a couple of flights to get used to the Saab. First flight was just disastrous because I had no idea what I was doing, and then I kind of figured out from my errors. Easy to learn. I'll say it again, Sim, I had issues with it. It's a plane that you learn by crashing. Or the plane that I learned by crashing. It's a lot more, I'm trying to figure out the right words here. A lot more work intensive than Zebo, than like a 737 or even 747. You need to keep your eye on the ball with it. It's not the case of, you just kind of take off and then hit autopilot. But it flies well. Once you figure it out, it flies really well. I may use it for a leg in the future. Just to kind of make sure, because this is the mostly GA World Tour, right? I kind of find using the occasional commercial plane or, big old biz jet. So far, the exceptions have been the time that I did, I think it was Ryanair or KLM into Schiphol, and then big old biz jet leg. Both of which I flew 737s. I'm still thinking of what to fly between Brazzaville and Kinshasa, because that is going to be the first meme leg, and I want to pick something funny. Like, I am thinking Piper Cub, because that would be at the very least vaguely realistic for the area. You would see a few Piper Cubs, but at the same time I'm also thinking Russian crop duster, because that would be hilarious. I'm not 100% decided yet. If the space shuttle had engines, I would fly the space shuttle. Hayden, how shall we say stressed? This plane wants to kill me. I'm in a rare feat, actually having to manage the plane, I've just realized that the engine temperatures are getting a bit on the high side. Let's keep them down a bit. Yeah, this plane has gone into a full-on nosedive spinning stall twice so far. And I'm just trying to manage it to not die. If you're wondering what I'm doing right now, I'm trying to manage the engines to get the airspeed back up a bit. I think the best thing to do is just click it down. Back to school tomorrow and you can't be bothered. It's better than having nothing to do. Come on, airspeed, please start climbing again. Slightly concerned about icing. If we can't get more airspeed, I'm gonna bring it back down to 150. I'm gonna bring it back down to 15,000. Okay, cancel that. And we can vertical speed down a bit. Possibly a bit aggressive on the down, but that'll do. Just wait till after summer because you'll be starting a college course. See, there's always something to look forward to. Just putting a bit more fuel through. Whoops. Wrong lever. A bit more fuel through the engines might help. I think we're safe from random stalls, so let's go out to the chase. What's been the circle view I've been using this entire time? Let's go back out to this and look down upon the jungles of Africa. Oh wow, a dirt strip. That is a runway. That is a dirt strip right there. Does appear to have some trees on it, which would make it an interesting landing. Now, I guess there is or was a river flowing through here before, or possibly a road. I'm gonna guess a river, judging by the nature of it there. Yeah, we're still definitely in ortho. There's what the hell is happening up here? Do we have some broken ortho up here? Where are we on the map? Avitab map, please. Avitab, tablet, maps. This is gonna be comically blank. There we go. Interesting that the ortho seems to just break up here. So we left Bangui a while back. We're heading to Libreville. Still only about a quarter of the way there. We should in theory have some decent speed up now. Ground speed 220 knots. Significantly slower than I would have liked. We, for some reason, had a landing rate that isn't Doesn't inspire confidence. Hello, Giga Silan. Hello. I hope I got your name right. I do apologize if I didn't. I've just realized, do I have my... Yes, I am on 1228. Good. What's going on here? You know, hindsight is telling me that I probably should have used a jet. 15,000, cruising at about 160. We're actually losing airspeed, which isn't good. Let's pull the props back a bit and see if we can gain a bit more. No? How about if I push them up a bit? That holds it steady, so if I go forward a bit more with the props, it's gonna hold relatively steady by the looks of it. Is that right? Oh, good lord, that's a first. Oh, this is a really old satellite photo here. For reasons of why not? Downside of going to Africa. On the bright side, everything else is really pretty. Heading airspeed wise, yeah, we're holding steady. And that's what 160 knots looks like. Here's our dude in his leather jacket. And his X-Plane t-shirt. Have I heard anything about the Reed Magic 3? No. I have no idea what you're talking about. I do apologize. Yeah, this is just really old satellite imagery, isn't it? Holy cow. Looks hilariously out of place. It's a gaming phone with a fan. That seems completely and utterly pointless to me, thank you very much. Hey DMF, how you doing? New class handler. Cool! I'll see if I care when it comes out. No disrespect to whoever's making it, but it's not out yet. I don't care too much. The only bad news that I've heard today, by the way, and this isn't even necessarily bad news, it's just something that irritates me. Is that Dead Stick, which is a game that I'm really looking forward to. The devs are going to go to the FS Expo this weekend. They have since decided to call it off. Actually, today they decided to call that off. Which is really, really frustrating because I was hoping to get some news on Dead Stick and the open beta from FS Expo, and that's not gonna... or the closed beta from FS Expo, that's not gonna happen. It may change the timeline that I was expecting, though, because I was expecting closed beta to be at some point to be announced at some point next week. With them not going to Expo, they might change that timeline and move it forward to. It would have to be next week, wouldn't it? I don't know, it might be at some point this week they start the closed beta. Which, if they do, you'll see me suddenly start playing on Discord at least, potentially. You'll start seeing Dead Stick pop up instead of X-Plane 11. Because Dead Stick is a game that I'm very much looking forward to. I have been since December. So if you follow Silver News, you'll know that he's been talking about Dead Stick a small bit, and yeah, myself and Landy were telling him about it and saying, hey, dude, if you want to cover all sims, have a look at Dead Stick. It's a flight sim. It might interest some people who watch your channel and get you a new bit of audience in. But it's definitely a game that I'm looking forward to. I'll explain it real quick for those of you that might not know. It is a bush flight simulator, so X-Plane is kind of more geared towards, I'd argue, normal flight, or what the majority of people would what the majority of people would regard as normal flight, which is tarmac airports and some gravel strips and generally, you know, airfields that are actually airfields that would appear on a map, that charge fees, that quite often have some hangar space. Dead Stick ain't about that. Why does the river turn red there, by the way? I'm just looking at the screen, the river's turning red. Dead Stick ain't about that. Dead Stick has, from what the devs have been saying, a few hard strips, a few that'll be marked on a map and that'll be would have landing fees and stuff, but it's mainly gonna be like landing in, you know, that would be a strip in Dead Stick, because that looks like you could land there. There's a bit of space with not so many trees. There also looks like a jungle strip. They're just kind of landing in odd places. You know, they may actually be airstrips in real life. Especially that one, that looks suspiciously like it's been cleared. But, I'm not entirely surprised to be seeing something that I think might be an airfield in Africa, because, the river has trees in it. GG X-Plane. The one that was suspiciously hidden under chat. GG me. Anyway, Sim, I have a question for you. I have a question. What do you think of how my X-Plane looks? Because I can throw you some of the stuff that I have. If and when you get X-Plane. Although I think it's more of a when than if. Oh, that's why there's trees in the river. It's flooded. That's the normal width, and that's the width it is. This was taken during like the raining, well, probably about this time of year. The river flooded. There are trees in the river. Yes, I can see that, but it's flooded. That's what the river normally looks like. See how thin it is? And then it's just super thick here because it's flooded. And then it's red over here because a million pigs were ritually sacrificed to the gods of the rivers in that exact line. Here's the sun. There it is. Let's just show you, I'm gonna do this a bit quickly here. Let's just show you what it'd be like in, can I go to real time actually? Let's just set track real world date and time. Let's see what it looks like in, oh, it's Why is the river lighting up like a road? this is what things would look like in real time. You can enjoy the blackness of night. Or I can make it like evening-ish. Make it 6:41. There we go. Get the lovely evening-y light going on. I'll do another time swap in a little bit, but let's just enjoy a fake sunset for now. Because the lighting in the evening time in particular is just, especially with the various plugins and utilities that we're going, just stunning. Like there's the sun over there, and you can see that it's causing all sorts of shadowing on the ground. Which, by the way, saying yes, that is dynamic. The sun does light up the ground and cause the hills to cast shadows. So ironically, at evening time, you get the best views because you can see all the shadows and all the hills off in the distance and kind of everywhere. Also, we've not stalled for a while, so I'm quite happy with that. I have my priorities, like, not dead yet is a very high priority of mine, because not dead means plain not dead. Plain no going to die. And on the bright side, we are in, let me just bring up active sky real quick. On the map. Oh, that better not be in Africa. No, that's the US. The US has all sorts of SIGMETs. And what the hell? Yeah, let's show you this. This is the active sky weather. I just need to bring up, yeah. You can see that we came from up here. That's where we had all the stalls up in this weather system up here. We're heading down over to Libreville is roughly here-ish. Actually, no, Libreville's around here, so it looks like we're flying into some okay weather. Actually, Libreville's right out on this little spit here. So we'll fly through a bit more stormy weather. But should be good up until the point we get to Libreville. And then after Libreville, we're going to just hop across to Sao Tomé. I do want to do these two flights today, and then on Friday we'll head down, I guess further into Africa, down to there we go, down to the Congos. So we're on this leg here right now. I can update the map real quick. Just when you thought I was using some sort of script. Nope, I'm manually doing it. So we're on this leg here right now. And our aim for the end of the stream is Sao Tomé. We'll definitely get to Libreville. That's basically the stopping point for this leg. You might notice there's no actual stops in what is marked as Equatorial Guinea. That was the Equatorial Guinea stop up there. I don't understand. So let's get back into X-Plane. Using screen capture is the most useful thing I've ever decided to do for these streams. There we go. So there is a good bit of mist going on because we're, you know, over Africa in the evening, and that is... Some of the visuals you get in X-Plane are just amazing. The comedy will be when we're coming through like East Asia. We'll actually be getting nighttime weather, but I'll be making it daytime in X-Plane, so that you guys can see stuff. So we might get some really weird weather where it's beautifully sunny but -5. It looks as if actually we're cruising right into some weather right now, which is slightly concerning. Stop getting stuck. If you got any questions or anything, you're more than welcome to ask, by the way. I am not gonna poop on questions. By the way, Sim, if you haven't seen it, apparently John Moxley has been venting about the WrestleMania feud he had with Brock Lesnar. He seems to just be burying the WWE. He's claimed he doesn't want to bury WWE, but he just seems to be doing that. No, I don't want that. And while chat is seemingly dead, I'm going to read some news on my phone, because that's a good idea. GG, somebody's been drawing giant inappropriate pictures again. So this leg, I will admit, is a long one. I would probably have been better off using a jet, but I didn't want to use the Challenger 2 streams in a row. I wanted to go something a bit more turboproppy today. I could have, I guess, there's a few different planes that I could have used. I hope that was a turn you were supposed to be making and you weren't just on the verge of stalling there. That was an intentional turn. Good. The way the stream has gone, every time the plane moves, I'm going to be very nervous because, like, we've already stalled twice. I don't want a third. Panic stations. Well, 1174, have you seen the stalls that have happened so far? Because they've been quite spectacular. Like, I was having a casual chat at one point and the plane just flipped upside down. Well, we're in pretty much this view, although it was a different time of day because I've been screwing with the time of day a bit. But the plane just straight up flipped. And I had to just immediately stop everything and try and not die. Which I successfully did somehow. Mainly because we were at 15,000 feet and we lost, 8,000 feet in that stall earlier when the plane just up and flipped. But hopefully this is gonna go relatively well for the rest of it. Hopefully. I'm not anticipating... Not too bad, you need to learn how to stall properly, you only stop and hit the ground. It depends on what kind of stall you're in 1174. I can talk you through it. So if you're in just a low airspeed stall where the front of the plane just goes down, you want to go push the stick forward, full nose down, and just open the throttles full pelt. Because in that kind of stall you just want to build airspeed and you can get it back on pretty relatively quickly. The type of stall I managed to get it in was an icing spin. So I had to throw on de-icing and go full nose down, but cut the throttle. I had to idle it out so that I could get the props de-iced correctly. And kill the torque from the engines so that I could rescue the spin. I had to use... So you couldn't see this, but I was using full aileron, full rudder, and no throttle, and full elevators as well, just to kill the spin and to regain control. So sometimes you do have to go a bit drastic with the inputs if you're in some situations. I'm not a pilot, so I probably did do completely incorrect inputs, but got the, you know, well, what's the way they put it sometimes is like, I did everything wrong but got the right result, is what I think happened there. Was I just kind of looked into not dying. There's what appears to be some life below us. Yeah, there's some street lights and stuff. So they're flying over, at the very least, a road and possibly some villages. By the way, yes, the clouds in my X-Plane are 2D. I don't use X-Enviro because I don't want toothpaste clouds. The result you get usually indicates you've done wrong. Can I afford to push this into a stall right now? I'm gonna say no. Well, what I'll do when we get to Libreville, when we get to Fool, is we're actually coming up on about halfway there. I will land, park up, just log off VATSIM real quick. I'll bring the plane up and then get it up to 2,000–3,000 feet and then intentionally stall it and recover. Because in most situations, stalls are fairly easy to get out of. Especially if you've intentionally done it. If it's unintentional, sometimes you panic a bit. But it's usually just a case of, look at the colors! Holy cow. Let's just do... Look at the colors that are going on here. Like, you've got gold and then merging slowly into kind of a reddy purple, then back into the gold again. The grey and white clouds, and above me the blue sky, below me the black ground. That is stunning. You gotta make your own runways, you need a bulldozer plate on your plane. Sometimes landing off strip is easier, because you can just put it down wherever and get slow enough. There's a little village down there, little village. It's a little village down on the ground. Let's get back into a nice view here for a bit of a cruise. There we go. I'm learning more and more controls of plane by the day, so you'll slowly see me getting more and more like, holy cow, oh, that's pretty. That was a time jump because of course it was. The exact same thing happens in Farm Sim and pretty much every other sim, but now we've got the full evening light. Complete with the reddish tint to the clouds. There is something. Hey, Jim Bob. There is something just beautiful about this preset. That it, like, number one, it looks photorealistic at times. Like if I bring it around here, like, could you tell this wasn't a photo? Nice screensaver right there, yeah. It's one of these things that you get a game looking just right, and you especially X-Plane, which can tweak up so nicely. That just looks amazing. What I'm going to do once it gets very dark, it's not quite there yet, but once we get the next time skip, I'm just going to change the time to like the middle of the day again. Because while the evening light is lovely, once it gets dark in X-Plane, it gets properly dark, and there's not a whole lot to see. So, I'm just going to get a sunset, and then we'll skip back to the middle of the day, using the wonderful time settings of the X-Plane, which are a whole lot more user-friendly than the time settings in FSX, where somebody is spreading slurry or manure or something. I smell nasty smells coming in through the window. So let's have a look at where we are on our route here. So yeah, we're coming up on about halfway now. So we left Bangui, which is over here, about an hour ago, just over an hour ago. Hey Lanny, we're heading up to Libreville, or Fool, and we're just cruising in some spectacular clouds. Sat in the Bonanza waiting for a storm to clear. Ooh. You missed me flying straight through a storm that I definitely shouldn't have tried to fly through. On TeamSpeak, if you want to jump on... sure, let's see what... Let's hop on TeamSpeak real quick. Ha ha ha! No, you do not get to see what TeamSpeak looks like.
Connected. Channel switched.
Yellow.
Hello.
I need to turn off TeamSpeak.
You do?
Yeah, just a nudge, it's a bit quiet.
I thought I'd jump in a flight. It's loaded into the airport that I landed at last night and greeted with thunder, booms, and rain effects.
Yeah, that happened to me when I hopped on. Hopped on to take the thumbnail for this stream, and whoop whoop, wind shear, wind shear, wind shear. Good. I've not even moved the plane yet.
Yeah.
And I did end up in a vertical spin as well. So there's been some interesting things going on during the stream. But weather's cleared up for a little bit. There's another storm bit further ahead that I'm slightly concerned about, but until then, looks like it's going to be clearish weather. Also, I don't know if you've seen, but Navigraph updated their charts app and it looks stunning now.
Yeah, very nice. I'll stick to my poor man's version.
I mean, the land map is also very good. It's better in some ways because it's free, but it doesn't have up-to-date procedures.
Yeah, for me, I'm just doing VFR all the time, so I don't need the updated procedures per se.
Yeah, whereas most of what I do is IFR.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of comical watching all the aircraft coming into the Winnipeg airport right now. Bear in mind that the thunderstorm's right overhead.
Oh, you got AI on?
Oh, I always have a...
X-Plane AI does something weird to mine and just kills FPS, so I have to have it off.
Really?
Yeah, like, no matter what I'm doing, I have to have my Swift client open so that it kills the AI. Because I get, like, 10 FPS otherwise.
That's weird. Yeah, I hate flying without AI. It's just... It feels... Well, like most games, people haven't got AI.
It just feels empty.
Yeah.
Like, I'm on VATSIM, so in theory, if somebody were to fly into Libreville around the same time as me, like, I'd be able to see them.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't know this neither, and I just stumbled across it. Rex have a new program for the skies and clouds and all that good stuff.
Yes, I do know about that.
It almost sounds like something you were on about the other day because it's dynamic shader tweaking and stuff.
It's slightly different to X-Vision, but it does fairly similar things. The only downside of, I think it's Skyforce, they're calling it?
Environment Force.
Enviroforce. Is you have to open it before you open your sim.
Okay.
Like before you load in, you have to open that up and then open P3D or FSX, and then it'll start working. I think it only works with P3D, but if you open P3D first, it doesn't work.
There it is.
Yeah, I mean, I don't particularly care about it.
Yeah. I'll put it in the stream just for poops and giggles.
There we go, I've made it daytime again. It's very pretty clouds. And the mist has lifted from the ground for some reason. I'm gonna turn myself on to voice activation actually. There we go. The little C90 is amazing. Like it's really well detailed and has a decent flight model. Not the greatest, but not the worst. The only downside of it is if you kill the throttle with flaps full, it just drops. So even with full flaps, you need to have a small bit of throttle in when you're coming into land. But like, it looks good, it behaves well, and it's a nice little plane.
That's probably true with any turboprop.
Definitely small ones. Even the King Air 200, you need to have a bit of throttle in at the end. Even the Baron, you need a bit of throttle in on final, on a short final. It's just a case of trying to balance everything out.
Yeah.
Just want to see how long Project Fly reckons I've got left. An hour 38 left. Oh god, this is a bad idea.
This flight that I'm maybe on, I may not be on at this rate. Should be a long one, although I may just tweak the weather. It's good to get up in the air and on the autopilot.
I take it you're not streaming today, by the way.
No, I won't be streaming for the next 2 days.
Ah, fair enough.
Nothing was going on.
Yeah, I figured as much.
Although I could today quite happily not here, but I'm set up not to stream, so screw it.
Yeah, just for the benefit of people watching who might think you're going live. There you go.
Yeah, I said it in today's video that went live.
Do you think people actually watch videos now?
Well, you'd hope.
That's not how YouTube works. YouTube doesn't push videos.
That is also true.
Did you see what me and Sim were talking about in the Bray Wyatt room on Facebook?
Hmm.
R-Truth lost the 24/7 title to Jinder Mahal at a golf course.
Go figure.
Jinder was in his full ring gear.
Really? Was it green screened?
No, it was actually at a golf course.
Wow.
Jinder was in his full ring gear. Could you imagine seeing a man running around a golf course in a pair of Speedos and some weird boots?
Yeah, everything else flapping around in the wind.
But the only reason I noticed an actual golf course was because the end of the skit was R-Truth winning the title back. And then grabbing onto the back of a golf cart driven by Carmella as she drove off at speed. It's on WWE's Twitter and stuff. You need to watch it. It is an amazing little skit. But it's like they could have at least had left Ginger wear street clothes for goodness sake. Oh dear.
Golf and sort of supposedly blend in.
Yeah. Something that would make a lot more sense at a golf course than a man running around in Speedos and wrestling boots. Oh yeah, you weren't in the stream at the time. I'm gonna just say this. People in the stream who've already heard this, I apologize. Dead Stick have cancelled the FS Expo trip.
Oh really?
Yes. This is from their Discord today. Some of you are aware the Stick team were due to be exhibiting at FS Expo. FEFF made the tough decision not to attend due to work commitments on Dead Stick. Team's very hard at work getting things in order for the upcoming closed beta early access release to follow. Attending would essentially take a week away from development due to location. While we'd love to attend like we did last year, the main focus is developing the game to the highest standard while limiting delays. Hinting that they're not going to make Q2.
Yeah.
But I'd still prefer to see a Dead Stick that is as good as we want it to be than one that is out.
Yeah, it's a shame.
It's a shame that they're not going to Expo, but that might mean that they're moving the closed beta forwards a bit.
Oh yeah, I mean, the Expo part I couldn't give a crap about. For the game, people sort of being in development like that, I would say it was a stupid move even planning to go, other than advertising.
Well, FS Expo is huge for advertising. Like, every major developer for flight sims is usually there.
Yeah, they're a game and they're that niche for the flight sim market. I don't think they'll need much advertising. Word of mouth alone in the small community that is a flight sim, yeah, that'll do wonders for them.
Absolutely. I think everybody who is going to be interested is already interested, and those that aren't interested yet will probably find out on like day one of pre-release, because I'm going to be pre-ordering that. I know this for sure.
For sure. As soon as it comes up on Steam, I will.
Yeah, as much as pre-orders do nothing in the digital market, I will have this game on day one because it is just so good looking. They've got such good ideas, and I want to see where it goes, and it can't possibly end up like FSW.
Oh, I don't think it will. FSW, there was way more behind the scenes that happened than we'll ever comprehend. For
Well-
them to be planning a release of something 1 minute, and then less than 24 hours later, killing the whole entire team.
Because they
Something
wanted to
awful
bring out
happened.
Fishing Sim World.
I don't think it was even that. I think they got bought up somewhere, or their code got bought up. Because they had people, third-party companies, making content for the game.
Well, what Dovetail effectively did there was ensure that they can never again release a flight simulator.
Oh yeah, without a shadow of a doubt.
Because to this day, people are still insanely angry, myself included, at Dovetail for pulling that crap.
Yeah, that was going to be a special game. There's no denying that. That was a beautiful game. Yes, it had an absolute metric ton of issues which should have been sorted, but it was going in the right direction.
Slowly, and never got anywhere.
Yeah.
That's the thing that frustrates me the most, is like, a lot of the issues that were there day one were still there when they shut down.
Oh yeah.
And like, that's just... I don't want to blame the devs, it's a publisher that just doesn't give a damn about the game.
Oh, it was the higher ups not letting them fix it, just pushing out content.
Well, that's it, it's the publisher that I'm blaming for all of that, because... like, I think it's unfair to blame the devs for the publisher's decisions. I'm gonna turn down Pretzel a bit.
Wait, you had Pretzel on?
Can you not hear it?
When I was in there, I couldn't hear Pretzel legit. Hang on.
I have it on like 3 or 4% so that I can hear it, but just bump it up a bit. Is it audible in stream now?
Barely. I
Barely?
thought the no copyright sound music was taken off of the libraries.
That's a 12%, that's really blasting my ears.
Hang on. Oh yeah, turn that down. Holy crap.
Yeah, that's what it was before, it was at like 3 or 4%. Let's just turn it up to like 6.
Let me see what I have in mind. Because everyone's system is vary, but...
Yeah, just kind of interesting that for some reason Pretzel's suddenly a lot quieter than it used to be.
Yeah, I legit didn't even know it was on.
Yeah,
Mine's around like 10-11%.
but I had it on 12 and you said it was way too loud.
That was weird. But then everyone's setup is different as far as volume goes. It's
Yeah,
weird.
I think I've got it good now at 6. But it's going to be down to stream to actually tell me that it's okay now. I am fairly certain somebody's been spreading slurry around here. That is a disgusting smell.
Yes, it is.
Either that or the cows across the way have had something bad to eat.
Yeah.
Because the wind's blowing in. The wind's blowing in from where the cows are. So it could be just that, because it's been raining a bit today as well.
Yeah.
So it sounds really loud to me. This is the funny thing, and I guess the viewers never get to see this. Is if we're playing something in the background of the stream to be quiet, it has to be really loud in our headsets.
Yeah. Which sucks. That song wasn't bad, but yeah. I honestly thought No Copyright Sound took all their library off.
That wasn't NCS.
Well, it was. It said NCS on the album cover.
No, NCS are still on. It was the other lot, the one that kept pinging you, the one that I like as well.
Oh, someone says about NCS. No.
Well, spare to concentrate. It's not too hard once you get used to it. It's just really annoying to have music blaring in your ears constantly for a couple of hours.
Depends what music it is, though. Like, some of the stuff in Pretzel is shocking.
Yeah,
And then some of it's pretty damn mellow and chill, and you can live with it.
like the songs on the Happy playlist are actually quite good. That I could listen to them.
I was on the chill playlist the other day, especially after basically Pretzel turned around and said, if you've got playlists, yeah, talk.
Yeah, that was
It's
stupid.
explicit there, but yeah, until they get their 2 out of the launcher.
I'm still amazed that they didn't just take songs out of playlists if they were removed from the damn service.
Exactly, like, how stupid are you? Hell, if Spotify stops you being able to listen to music, guess what? You guys can.
And you'll probably find that nobody who complained, they in fact probably thank you.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they never reply back to me when I said indirectly you're screwing with people's income when you do that.
I don't think that occurred to them.
Yeah, exactly.
Either that or I don't think... It either didn't occur to them or they just didn't care.
Yeah.
Considering they keep toying with the idea of making Pretzel pay only. And basically killing the service. Because it's good, but it's not $5 a month good.
They won't be able to do that because half the music will disappear. Especially no copyright sound. Because they get free.
Well, they'll lose probably 2/3 of their user base. And at least 1/3 of their artists, because the whole point of the artists going on Pretzel is for... Like, sure, they don't get paid, but they get exposure. They get their songs played in various streams. People can find them through that. Like, that's why I have them now playing up at the top of my streams, so that if you like a song, you can look it up and maybe find more from the artist. Get cracking in GarageBand? I don't think we'd need to with who we know. We could just ask them to get into some music production again.
Yeah. But let's be honest, that'll be like getting blood from a stone.
I mean, trying to get them to remember anything is like getting blood from a stone.
That too.
I am really liking how my X-Plane looks now with the various scripts and tweaks that I put in.
I'm incredibly tempted to get that Rex stuff. I'm going to look into it a bit more, but the pricing is actually really reasonable.
Let me just look on Twitch real quick. See if somebody's streaming with it on Twitch. No, he's an X-Plane. X-Plane, Brazilian... No, sorry, German. He won't have it. There's nobody actually streaming who would be using it at the moment.
But don't forget, we both had Rex when we were on FSX.
Yeah. But I mean, if you watch a stream with it in, you can get a good idea of what it's like.
We have to look at the video too, right?
Yeah. Chewy94 would be somebody that you'd want to have a look up with that. Because he definitely runs it.
Yeah. I like his content. It's kind of funny at times. Especially when he goofs.
Oh, he's great when he goofs.
Oh yeah.
I like
when
Chewy.
he goofs hard.
Oh, yeah. Who else is great is Brad M. He does mainly X-Plane streams. And he was like doing this group flight into Team Content or somewhere in South America last night. He ended up with about 5 different people. He was on pilot edge. 5 different people on the same frequencies and just shouting random instructions.
Oh my.
Including Nico, the guy with the full motion rig, just shouting random stuff down the frequency at him. Oh dear. We're still probably an hour away from top of descent here, by the way, guys. For the benefit of the stream. Yeah, an hour 24 left on this flight. What are you saying?
As much as having a full, straight-up sim would be, I play way too many games to have, so...
Well, the thing is like, that's his hobby.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, it's my hobby, and it's one of your many hobbies. Your hobby mainly just being gaming.
Yeah.
You know, mine's quickly turning into just flight sims, which is why I'm willing to spend money and time just making my sim look this good.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, you can't argue that this looks visually stunning. With the... between the ortho and the tweaked clouds and the shaders.
I can't even joke and say it looks like crap, because it looks good.
It looks amazing!
Although on the stream, and I know what it is, just where the wing loop touches the fuselage though, it's blurring, but I think that's the heat haze off the exhaust.
Yes, it is. That's the exhaust coming out. That's why the blur is changing. I don't know if it's changing on stream, but on my screen it's changing constantly. It's a particle effect coming out of the exhaust.
You know what it looks like? The Sims blur effect, just a lot less
Yeah.
on the stream, but that's something
Yeah,
you
you just-
have to get crystal.
Zoom in a bit more. It's like, it kind of looks like it's raining on top of everything if I zoom in more. But yeah, it's just the exhaust particle effect. Between the clouds and the ortho, it actually does look photorealistic.
Oh yeah. Well, the
the-
ortho is photorealistic. It's
Well, the ortho is photorealistic, but like with the clouds added on top,
yeah. Yeah, the
'Cause-
clouds do look good.
because I put in a couple of scripts that make the clouds fluffier, and
Yeah.
it just looks good.
That's one thing I miss from Rex, is the cloud looking good.
Yeah. But does P3D not have volumetric clouds now?
I'm not sure. I don't know if there'll be a way to look.
I was watching Brad's stream last night, and X-Plane's starting to get them, but everybody's kind of waiting for the new some new software to come out through X-Plane. They're replacing, I think it's DirectX with Vulkan, which is supposedly going to make everything a lot better. It's Landy, Alexander, Mr. Landy Kid.
It is me.
I need to turn up TeamSpeak more because I just realised it's about the same volume as the music, so I needed to blast through.
They're changing what now? DirectX for Vulkan, what the hell is that?
Vulkan is some sort of rendering method or memory input method or something. I'm not entirely sure what it is. And they're replacing DirectX with it, so you can in theory use all cores of a processor or all the RAM or all that kind of stuff. And
Surely it would make more sense for them to just go DirectX 12.
I might be wrong with saying DirectX. It might be OpenGL they're replacing.
Oh wow, if it's open... I always surprise me if it's OpenGL.
Most games run OpenGL, but that ports into DirectX. It's just a
And that's where the
method.
bottleneck is all the time.
Yeah, it's a method by which they get information. But moving to what they're calling Vulkan is just kind of a multi-core process. Slightly concerned by this cloud layer, but it looks fairly okay ahead of the plane. Yeah, I think P3D now has volumetric clouds. I know X-Enviro has them, but they look like they're made out of shaving cream.
There's nothing in the options to show that if I look at weather.
Yeah, but you use ActiveSky, don't you?
Yeah, there's volumetric fog.
That'll probably be it, because clouds are just an extension of fog.
Yeah,
If you think about it that way.
true enough, yeah. So under weather options, it's just simple clouds, detailed clouds, volumetric fog, detailed rain, basically, windshield effects.
Yeah, no, the volumetric fog would be the method by which you do volumetric clouds.
I have that on.
Ah,
But yeah, Active Sky, I don't think changes the cloud.
it does.
It does?
Yes.
Don't like that good then.
I'm waiting for ActiveSky clouds to come out for X-Plane. The current rumour is that they might be doing volumetrics themselves.
No.
And, well, ActiveSky, you know how good ActiveSky is.
No, yeah. Oh yeah,
Um,
cloud options. Oh, looky there.
Yeah, see? I know more about P3D ActiveSky than you do. You've got P3D.
Well, that's because I don't go through the settings. I stick to what I said, though. I honestly didn't think... I thought these were P3D clouds because they don't look like great.
Do you have simple clouds or detailed clouds?
Detailed.
Oh.
Yeah.
But I don't know if Rex Environment Force works with ActiveSky.
No, really.
Yeah, I'm not 100%
It should,
sure.
I would have thought.
Oh, it does, because Chewie uses them. Yeah, it does.
Oh, it says right here, actually, active sky. Live in dynamic weather, smooth environment changes for all weather engines, including Rex, Skyforce 3, active sky, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
So yes, it does.
Welcome back, Simulator Game, by the way.
Hello.
I was wondering if you had chat open.
Oh yeah, I've got it open.
What's our airspeed looking like? Still steady
Slow.
from earlier. 160 knots ain't slow. It's just I'm flying at 15,000 feet to try and get some extra winds on the go.
Well, I'm still firmly on the ground.
Still waiting for that storm to pass?
That's one thing I don't care for with active sky. Like, real life, storms typically pass by fairly quick. Doesn't seem like they ever do in here. It's like it doesn't update enough.
The thing with active sky, and this is something that I've learned, is if the meter somewhere says cumulonimbus, CBs, it will invariably put in a thunderstorm.
Yeah.
Landy has P3D, and yes, I am still on the same leg.
Yeah, I got P30.
But yeah, active sky, whenever it sees CB clouds, just throws in a thunderstorm. I think you can change that in the depiction options. You can for
no
X-Plane
doubt.
anyway. Not a fan of P3D. I don't like the price of P3D, and the fact that you have to buy like tons of payware to get it looking anywhere near good.
Half of which I already had.
Yeah, but my point is, you still need to you need to invest a lot in P3 to get it looking good. And it costs the bomb to begin with.
Well, yeah, you could say it costs a bomb, but it costs as much as FSX did when it was brand new.
Yeah.
Which I've bought FSX twice. One Steam, one disc copy.
I've only ever bought it for Steam, but I think if you're getting into flight sims now, your better option is X-Plane.
Oh, for sure. Entry, 100%.
Entry level is X-Plane. Like, if you have FSX and a million bits of payware for it, sure, then go through to P3D. But if you're just starting out with your first sim, get X-Plane, because it's going to look better straight out the box.
Yep.
It's a hell of a lot more tweakable too.
Where I had a crap ton of the A2A stuff already, I had the Orbex.
Yeah, and Landy flies mainly
GA.
Yeah, mainly bog standard props. He didn't really go for turbos. He flies maybe a turbocharged prop, but not a turbo prop.
If you look up A2A simulation, most of their stuff.
So the next trick Landy is trying to get you onto VATSIM to fly VFR.
Oh lord, no. I ain't into that one bit.
Well, flying VFR and VATSIM is literally just like, I'd like to take off and go in this direction, please. And you can just, you don't even need to have flight following. Like, the way that I use it, sure, it's IFR and a million ATC calls.
Yeah.
What's the difference between a turboprop and a prop? Turboprop has a jet engine in it, so... no, I keep missing ATCs in. So if you see the engine nacelles on here, they're very long and kind of look a bit like jet engines. It's because they have jet engines inside and that drives the prop. In a standard prop, it's just kind of like a big petrol engine running it. So this is... like you can see the jet intakes here. In fact, I'm not entirely sure that C90 is a turboprop. Hang on a second.
Yeah, it's turboprop.
Yeah, it's turbine. Yeah, it's got a jet turbine.
Exhaust.
Yeah, it's got a jet turbine inside it, whereas the standard prop just has an engine.
Easy way of saying it. One has a jet engine with a propeller attached to it. The normal, typical, standard GA aircraft is a piston-driven propellant engine.
One's a jet with a propeller on it, the other's a lawnmower.
Yeah.
Same basic design. The lawnmower analogy is particularly true when you get down as far as like the Cessna 172 and stuff.
Yeah, they're just a standard box store engine,
Yeah.
like Omen's typical.
Or going a bit further, the Piper Cub that effectively has the same power as a lawnmower. A powerful
What is that,
lawnmower.
like 50? No, that's probably like 100 horsepower at least.
I think it's 80 something.
It's probably equivalent of VW Beetle engine. In fact, well, it is. It's an actual engine.
Hang on, let me see what the
150 horsepower. The Super
150 horse.
Cup. That's a Super Cup, though.
That's a Super Cub. I'm looking up just the standard Cub.
Yeah, the J3 Cup is what you want to look up.
Continental. Oh my god. We were way above what it actually has. The original J3 had a Continental A40,
Yeah.
which produces the heady amount of 40 horsepower.
The Continental A40 was 37 horse.
But there was an increase to 40 with the Dash 4 series.
50. And it just kept on going up. 60, I'm seeing 55.
But I thought 85 was maybe a bit high or a bit low, and I was like, oh, it's actually just got the engine from a ride-on lawnmower effectively in it.
Yeah. Amazing aircraft, though. Love those things. Slow flying, but God, they're great.
I'm planning on flying one soon in this,
Yeah.
because I got the meme leg between Brazzaville and Kinshasa, and that's just over a river, so I think that'll be a good time to crack out the Cub and get some proper low and slow going on. By the way, there's like 2 planes over this area of Africa. One's a KLM going to Accra. I'm literally the only plane on VATSIM within about 500 miles. And then some, actually. Yeah, in about 1,000 miles, I'm literally the entirety of VATSIM. That's kind of comical. I'm kind of looking forward to getting down to... Oh my god, are you serious with that? Wow, that ICAO code. I can't share this in the stream. But I'm gonna send it to you in a second. Have a look at that. There is going to be a meme like in a 747. The ICAO code to end ICAO codes. Some of them are great. There's like I'm flying into Libreville, which is Fox Oscar Oscar Lima, or Fool. There's also one Mike India November Delta. Give us a clue as to what it was. Another word for a cigarette.
Well, you could say it in other terminology here. Like you did. Or,
yeah, Fox Alpha Golf Golf.
yeah, exactly.
Fox Alpha Golf Golf. If you know what those letters are, write them down and then read it out, and you'll see why me and Landy find it so funny. Also, I am not straight out saying it. Oh man, the Dead Stick Discord. There's been a guy screeching incoherently in the Dead Stick Discord, complaining about like the game being delayed and stuff, and everybody just kind of jumped on him.
Wow.
Which is fair enough because he didn't actually give any constructive feedback. It was just they're lying to everybody. I'm just going to throw shade everywhere for no good reason.
A game's in development, they're delaying it so they can develop a game. Why are they freaking out?
It's their first game. The dude literally made the game engine for it. I don't know if you realise this, but the game engine is literally his.
Oh no. Yeah.
He pulled it from the Unity store so that he could develop the game. The alphabetic alphabet up by heart. Alpha Bravo Charlie Delta Echo Fox Lima. No. Straight from F to L. Fox Golf, Hotel India, Juliet Lima, November Mike, Oscar Papa, Romeo Sierra Tango. I do know it off by heart pretty much, Alexander. I just can't remember the alphabet. But, like, the phonetic alphabet is pretty easy to learn. Because it's just a word that starts with every letter. Although the dumbest one in the entirety of the phonetic alphabet is X-ray, because it literally just has the letter being said.
Yeah.
Like, at least Foxtrot, sure, everybody shortens it to Fox, but it's still a word that just begins with F, so that you get the idea that there's an F sound there. But X-ray, like, that is just so dumb. J for John, M for Michael. There is... I know American cops use a different phonetic alphabet.
Yeah.
Like, flying uses... Is it NATO flying uses?
Yeah, I believe it's NATO. Like, what the American police one, they don't all use it, but some of them...
It's all
literally
names. Yeah.
It's just... It irks me, because it sounds so bad.
Like, Adam...
Yep.
Adam John 992, and it's like, no, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Like,
Sure, it's easy to remember, but so's the other proper one.
NATO phonetic is so much easier.
Yeah, exactly.
Because every letter you can associate with, like, a word or a book or an image. See you, Jim Bob. Are we there yet? We're still a while out. We're like, what, an hour away? An hour 4 out, so we'll start descent about 15 minutes out. That reminds me, I now need to check the weather. Get a meter for Fool.
So, I ended up changing to the weather updates every 5 minutes. Now I'm seeing blue sky at last. It was like every 15 minutes it updated. Yeah, I want as close to real life as possible.
Yeah, I always have weather changing like as quickly as possible. So 2408. Okay, here we go. We now get to plan our approach. So 2408 would mean, I guess we're going to runway 16 because all the procedures are there. What is the difference between the different ILS routes? ILS Zulu gives an 11 DME arc. ILS Yankee is straight in from a hold. ILS X-ray is the loop. ILS Whiskey is basically another straight in from a hold. ILS Victor will go with. So we'll go added procedures for the ILS Victor to 16 via the Bike 1 Alpha. Bike 1 Alpha would actually bring us on to the ILS Is it the Zulu or the Whiskey? The Whiskey. No, wait, what? Is it the Zulu? The Zulu. So we'll go Zulu. from Ardan. Yeah. And then Bike 1 Alpha arrival, which should add to route, yes. And then the 016 from Ardan gives us the full 11 DME arc. Perfect. Yeah, we're getting close to needing this anyway, so let's get this programmed in here. Procedures. Arrival. Bike 1 Alpha to Ludna. Procedures. Approach. Pilot Zulu 16 from Ardan. Load that up. You can just go full VFR if you want, Alex. I usually fly IFR, so usually I have flight plans. I'm gonna be back in a second, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna mute the mic up, and I'll do the same on TeamSpeak. I'll just mute the mic fully, and I'll be back in a minute.
Right.
There we go.
So, I just had a weird one here.
Oh?
Well, we're taxiing, and we come to the end of the taxiway. I see this Learjet stopped, and a fuel truck, airport traffic, stopping it.
Oh, yes. You gotta love that FSX logic.
Right.
I remember the FSX, I was told on multiple occasions to give way to a fuel truck. It's like, that's not how airports work.
I had one following me all the way to my parking spot yesterday, which looked pretty legit, like I called for fuel on the way there. But, it's funny.
Yeah, the classic FSX logic of the fuel trucks are the most important things in the airport.
No.
No. Let's get... Oh, I can't show this overlaid. So, let's see. Max 120 there, so we will need to start descending before... probably at Biket. I will try and get down to... I don't know, 2100 there? Can I overlay this? Yes. At above 2100. Wow. Okay, so at Big Hat we're going to be descending quite significantly. Like, we're still all the way out here, but from Big Hat, and I think we'll have enough space from Big Hat to Ardan to get down to 2100. And then by Binas, which is the very end of the LS here, it needs to be 2000, but I don't mind being a bit high. Wow! That's a significant drop that I'll have to take.
Probably never a good sign when the windsock is literally straight.
Well, only if it's straight to one side of the runway or the other, that's problems. Like, if it's pointing up or down the runway, that's perfect conditions to take off.
Yeah.
If it's pointing across the runway, you're gonna have an interesting takeoff. If in fact you can take off at all. Because I should actually have cancelled the stream because the weather in Bangui was such that there was wind shear and a dead crosswind, like 5 feet up.
Yeah, well.
Like, that's not conditions where you want to be taking off any sort of plane. Don't know why Actor Sky decided that was gonna be the weather, but it did. On the bright side, my dinner's cooking at the moment.
It has?
Pizza! Pizza and chips. Double pepperoni. No, dinner, that's a snack? Oh, that's a full dinner. Considering it's a full pizza that I'll be having. Or pretty much a full pizza. I'm liking the X-Plane Autogen at the moment. It's kind of generating stuff that makes sense. There we go, we got drama view going again. I think I have scenery for the airport we're flying into. So snack, eat a full pizza and 3 packs of biscuits and still be. Oh, good lord, evil Scots.
Yeah, no.
That's extra. Even a full pizza is a bit of a push.
A full large Domino's pizza for me, if I eat all of it in one sitting, I am feeling incredibly not good.
That's what, 12 inch? I know when I went to Domino's in the UK, I used to get like 12-inch pizzas. Eat maybe 2/3 and then leave the rest for breakfast.
Yeah, I'll usually have 3 or 4 slices of the large pizzas over here left over for the next day.
Yeah, then you have cold pizza for breakfast, and it's the greatest thing known to man.
Yes, it is. If you could get it delivered cold, I would. And as far as windsock goes, we should be good for takeoff straight into the wind.
Ooh, brilliant.
Yes, so probably incredibly short takeoff roll. 14 knot wind.
You could go flapless. Assuming you already take off with, like, flaps one set.
Yeah, pretty much. It's
Yeah.
usually about 10 degrees, I guess.
Yeah, just go flapless. You've still got it pretty quick. I think people don't realise that you do play flight sims. Because there's a bit of
Oh,
mild
probably not.
shock from people because you don't cover it on your channel because you can't be bothered at the moment. You're only nice. I hate you. I hate people who can just eat and eat and eat and never put on weight. I'm like, I have a single peanut and I've gained 2 stone. Oh, hang on. Sim replied on Facebook.
That's all.
I've just seen now. There we go.
14 knot variable wind direction, 050 to 130.
And runway is what? Presumably like
13.
13? Huh. So
Yep.
you're kind of looking out of its... Oh no. Oh no. Oh, that's not good. Going back inside the plane because I need to pay attention suddenly.
Why, have you overflown?
No. Lightning.
Oh, yep, that's what it is here still. Blue sky in some spots and lightning and clouds somewhere else.
Yeah, what's happening is we're flying into another storm. I'm just going to turn down the interior noise a bit. But there'll do. Oh, it's the exterior noise also covers that, apparently. There we go. We've just flown through a water balloon. Alex, if I didn't answer what's happening is we're flying through another storm and I'm very scared that we'll stall out of the sky again. Hence why I'm suddenly back in the cockpit and actually paying attention to the instruments. Wow! I'm no expert on water, but I'm fairly sure that's not how water works.
Yeah.
Like, it's cool watching these weird gel bubbles merge together, but that's definitely not how water works. Unless it's under the impression that we're going very slowly, which...
Probably. Yeah, that would have beat it off so freaking quick.
Yeah.
Look at it, home king. That looks bad.
That looks terrible. Librain. What? Have I crashed yet? Yes. I crashed the Cirrus jet back in Spain. I haven't actually crashed since then, believe it or not. There's only been one legit crash on this tour. What is going on with this? This one's just expanding.
now waiting, hold short for an Airbus 320. Or 321.
Oh, fancy boy.
Well, I'm kind of at Winnipeg International Airport. No GA.
Yeah.
Because why not?
I mean, GA in Canada is a fair game, really.
Oh yeah, it is. Well, I've got clearance, which is surprising.
Landing's on P3D, Alexander.
Used to be on FSX.
Its FSX is really expensive, not supposed to be used for entertainment, daughter.
It's the one that's actually well, FSX actually optimized as well, to be fair.
Yeah. But if you're having fun, you're not allowed to have fun with P3D. It's banned. It's illegal. And while it's a joke, the actual terms of service say it's not an entertainment product, so...
That would have been a hard landing. Good lord.
Oh, we're still quite a distance out. Airspeed's starting to drop. We are getting a bit of icing.
Turn on the anti-icing.
This thing just has de-ice boots, so I'm doing some cycles.
Which means reminded me to put on my P2 heat.
Am I doing another leg? I don't know. Like, this leg's taken significantly longer than I'd actually anticipated, so...
You gotta remember, guys, Dave's gotta be fat and eat as well, so... Probably not.
I can eat while in cruise. Now it's behaving like water.
It wouldn't have froze, would it? Would that... Is that an effect?
Actually, I think it might be. Another leg, please. The next leg will just be out over water, like, that's... It'll probably still be an hour or so. Honestly, I'm kind of more tempted to just say, after this, we'll end the stream and then come back Friday with a double leg in Zebo or something. Get a BBJ paint job for Zebo, which I know exists. And just do a couple of legs in Zebo so that simulator gaming can maybe occasionally learn something. Because he has no idea how to fly a 737. I've got the icing dealt with now, at least. You do a little bit. Yeah, I'm quite happy that we're safe from all the icing now.
Oh, the wind shear.
Interesting weather.
I had the audio switched on for wind shear. Enter the runway. Wind shear, wind shear.
I had that well parked. Didn't have the engines running at all, and I had the wind shear warnings going off. Bloody annoying, isn't it? Just a dude screeching at you about wind shear. Like, yes, thank you, I'm on the ground, I don't think it's going to kill me yet.
Yeah, I switched off the audio. Pause the sim, switch it off, take off, then I may put it back on.
Say that wind shear warning's so little that I don't mind them being on.
Treat it as me smashing the button to cancel the warning.
Invariably, what happens when I do get a wind shear alert is I'm at an airport. On the ground, I was like, wind shear! Yes, thank you, that's pointless. Wind shear! Shut up. I got one just after landing. It's like a touchdown. Wind shear. Yes, thank you. That's completely pointless at this point. I just want to slow down.
Yep.
It might be useful at 20,000 feet, but on the ground you could maybe shut up.
Exactly. Yeah, I should have taken off in this weather, Lord.
Exactly how sideways are you?
I was at one point. That was brutal. Like, the first few hundred feet were fantastic, and then
the wind shear.
Yeah. It knocked me. Big time.
Yeah, it sounds like my takeoff.
Like, the elevation of this airport, according to the altimeter, was like 800 anyway, so...
The one I took off from was 1200.
Oh well.
1200 and change, so the wind shear was quite bad. By the way, SG, that's something you should be concerning yourself with as well as airport elevations. Because it will influence the weather you get at airports. And exactly how bad things are going to be. Okay, I'm just taking a screenshot here because that is beautiful. No, close that. I somehow opened the Windows Store.
GG.
I put... Get that open. And if anybody wants... I know that, Alexander, if you use the mail, it is Geralt from The Witcher. By the way, if anybody wants a really cool desktop background, it's just gone into the Planes room in Discord. Like, it stuns me that the screenshots, especially if you look at the thumbnail of them, they do look photorealistic. The screenshots I can take with this now. Like, aside from the ground being photorealistic, that is amazing, wow! The detail on that mountaintop. I'm really looking for... I'm going to make a flight plan that is just directly over Kilimanjaro so that I can have a look at it. I've just realised as well that I'm going to have to fly a jet around Nepal because I don't own a plane that can fly that high otherwise. Especially to get to Paro. That is literally just something that I will have to get to from a jet or something. Also, I have not seen a ground cloud in quite a while.
Your lucky day.
Yeah. Extremely so, because like a lot of Africa just has terrible satellite photos.
Oh, you know how long I've been using this Bonanza?
Mm-hmm.
I've only just, within the last week, figured out how to use the autopilot properly as far as the altitude goes. I was manually climbing and manually hit and hold. I didn't realise you could set the altitude, hit the arm button, and then
I could have told you that.
Trim. Put the trim to however long you want, well, your sort of climb rate on the panel there, and then it will climb and then hold it.
Hello, Hayden.
I was used to my Comanche.
The Comanche had an autopilot where you could set up to climb for you as well.
That was a wonky autopilot system, though. Well, the Comanche one was way different.
You wouldn't deal well with the type of stuff that I do. Because, like,
Oh,
I
probably not.
use so many different planes that I just know about 7 different types of autopilot. What shenanigans is this nonsense?
User joined your channel.
Oh, hello.
Oh, that shenanigans.
That shenanigans, yeah. Trouble's here.
Please keep it PG.
Yes, I am streaming still.
Yeah, how do you open this stuff?
Oh, bet you have.
Whoa.
Eh. I'll be back in a minute.
Hayden, I'm thinking of... I'm really kind of toying with the idea both ways of flying out to the... to Sao Tomé after this. But considering this has been a nearly 3-hour leg, I think I'm going to call the stream at the end of this leg. And eventually get to Sao Tomé on Friday.
I has a question.
I might have answered.
How does this plane handle around the chicanes?
Surprisingly well. Did you see my takeoff?
Well, I saw your takeoff and then I saw your ISO.
Yeah. It handles quite well when you're trying not to die.
Those clouds look incredible.
They do, actually.
Although I have just noticed one thing.
They're all almost identical.
They're sprites. They're not actually 3D, which is pretty clever, but I've just noticed it.
They are 2D clouds. There is... why has my frame rate suddenly just gone to crap?
The sprite chill. No, if you... my voice is weird. If you... The clouds that are like going up under the tail of your plane, you can see them turning towards you, so they're,
Yeah.
they're sprites.
It's actually
Clever,
worse
though.
if you look down from above, because this
Oh, wow.
happens.
I mean, it looks better than the default ones.
They look great. They look better than the volumetric clouds you can get for X-Plane.
Are they free?
These clouds?
Mm-hmm.
No, maybe?
So what you're saying is you acquired them.
No, what I'm saying is I'm running X-Vision, which isn't free, that tweaks the clouds. I'm also running 2 different Lua files that are free, that tweak the clouds. And I'm also running Active Sky, which tweaks the clouds. And I'm really not sure which of them is causing the clouds to look this good. So the answer is maybe, depending on what's actually causing them. I think it's a combination of X-Vision and the free Lua scripts. So, yes and no. You can make them look better with the Luas, but I think the kind of end point is because I'm using the X-Vision realistic preset. Yeah, from like here, the clouds moving around as sprites don't look terrible, but once I go up and they start spinning, then they look quite bad.
I only noticed that because I'm a massive nerd, by the way. They're not actually that noticeable. I've literally just noticed I've been watching your stream since the start.
Yeah, no, I've known this for a while. I just very rarely talk about it. It's also why I strategically choose camera. It's why I strategically choose camera angles that minimizes the cloud rotations. Where are we on our flight path? Because at 70 miles there. Oh, that's just a 70-degree thing. Yeah, at Bicket, or Biket, Bicket, we're going to want to start descending because we need to be above 2,100 by Ardan. And we're not even at Ludna yet. Came up with a way to cool your play on a PC. Is it putting it in the fridge? Because I feel like that would work. As my stream just crapped itself.
Well, it's buffering on my end.
Yeah, it's buffering on mine too. That's on YouTube's end because OBS is still sending out data.
It's been a mess all day.
YouTube is just a mess. It's been apparently it got bad last night as well. Like, there's nothing I can do to fix this. It's just gonna do its thing and then eventually figure out that it's gonna work again. There we go. It's figured out how to stream again.
I was gonna say, keep it PG, or else YouTube will just pop back in the wrong moment.
What, like that time we were in FSX doing the group flight?
My game was winding me up. Didn't hear you tell me you were live over my swearing. I'm sorry.
See, Scots. And apologies if you are getting buffering. YouTube's just being stupid. YouTube is forgetting how to YouTube today. I do apologize, but there's nothing I can do. Oh, I wonder where the edge of the ortho tile is.
Where's my tally gone?
You can see where the two different satellites went over. At two completely different times of day, presumably. Probably at two completely different times of year.
Hang on a minute. I need to do something.
What are you doing?
Still frozen on my end. And they've been getting worse than Twitch lately.
I'm not hitting the add button. Well, I can if you want me to.
It's because I've refreshed. But I've been getting like one of two ads and stuff pop up everywhere.
Yeah, they're really like. That's
not
how
even
to,
good ads.
That's how to push people into using ad block. Like, oh my god! Look at the amount of ground clouds.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
What happened to the stream?
Refresh.
Refresh it. YouTube did the thingy.
Oh, YouTube crapped themselves.
YouTube did a YouTube. It's
Oh, I'm
fine.
getting an ad. You're welcome.
Thank you.
I will watch it.
If it's one of two, feel free to skip because oh my god, no.
No, it's not.
But YouTube, you are really targeting the wrong demographic if you think I'm into Love Island.
I got a theme park, but then I've got all my cookies switched off, so they cannot target my advertisements properly.
I keep getting League of Legends ads, and they're really getting on my nerves because I can't tell them not to show me the damn League of Legends ads.
Should tweet them. Your ads are terrible. You've actually made me not want to play the game because your ad is so terrible.
They are terrible ads.
They are. They don't do it. Like if I was into that type of gameplay, it has literally turned me off of even looking it up.
They're all just obnoxious ads for League of Legends. Like, oh my god, did you ever hear about League of Legends? It's such an amazing game. No, go away.
I thought League of Legends was pretty much dead anyway.
That's probably why they've got such obnoxious ads. It's desperation.
Yeah.
Oh my god! What clouds are real and what ones are on the ground?
Yeah, speaking of cloud ground? Yes, cloud ground.
Yeah, downside of Africa. Satellite imagery isn't great.
Yes, your jungle has cloud down there.
No, it's just snowing in those very specific
Kind
parts.
of actually looks like snow. So,
It
yeah.
does, yeah. It's just snowing in those very specific areas of Africa in June. Hey again, Greek dude. Please ignore the African snow.
Welcome back.
Oh, welcome back.
I just installed your favourite tag team, Dave.
My
Oh my
favorite,
god, it's snowing.
my favorite tag team. You installed the Young Bucks?
No, beating.
I actually do like the B team.
Go.
They're amazing. They're guys who should get the 24/7 championship.
They're trying, but they're feuding with each other.
Thank you. I've just been handed pizza and chips.
I was about to say Dave's room service has just arrived.
Ground textures look awful.
Yeah, this is the problem with satellite imagery is clouds happen. Like, it looked great up until the clouds came in. Now it
Let's
looks...
take it to the pizza shop.
There we go. Problem solved.
Hi, Dave.
Yes?
Oh, I recognise this plane. This is one I used to use in FSX.
Oh, King Air C90?
Yeah, when I used to land next to them, I forgot if it was you or Landy that used to go with me. Well, I
would have been
based
Dave.
To the McLaren place.
Ah.
Oh, now we get to hear all the chewiness. Yeah, I was just thinking about that.
Dave, you deserve to be on Twitch.
Why?
Yeah, eating and streaming.
I don't
That's
care.
what they do on Twitch. No, that's just a thing on Twitch, isn't it?
Actually, I'm surprised you don't restream these, Dave.
I should. I keep
You
meaning
should
to.
actually do
I
these
keep
ones.
meaning to set restream back up, but I keep forgetting. Because, like, these streams are just significantly longer and more chilled than the Flight Sim streams, let's be fair. And I enjoy
Wait,
them more.
these streams are more chilled and longer than the Flight Sim streams?
Or the Farm Sim streams, even.
There's a
Good
massive
grief.
gap between the viewers on Twitch. So the top stream is 147 viewers, and the second stream is 6 viewers.
On Twitch for Flight Sim.
Explain.
Yeah, most people just... the top stream for X-Plane is actually 347 viewers. And there's another one with 23. And there's
more
another
than
one
like-
with 10.
What are
Because-
you on? Because I'm on Explain 11.
Yes, but to actually find the top streams, you go to Microsoft Flight Simulator X.
I was just about to say, most people just use FSX.
Yeah, because Twitch is fine with it, by the way. With people just using FSX as a default flight sim.
Why didn't they
Yeah.
rename it to Flight Sims? And they sure
Yeah, they should, really.
That's what there is a campaign to just get a flight sims category instead of like FSX, X-Plane, P3D, and DCS and stuff like that. It should just be flight sims. Because if you like flight sims, you're going to want to watch FSX, P3D, X-Plane, DCS anyway.
Yeah.
You
It's
can't
not-
say GTA 5 is not a Flight Sim.
It's not like with other games where it's like, I like this one game and that is it. Or I want to see who's playing this one specific game.
I
Because
don't know
you're-
any games like that.
What?
I don't know any games like that where everyone just wants to see one game. Fancy.
Fortnite.
To farms them, yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
It still baffles me, the do some construction stuff comments. Okay, I'll play Construction Simulator.
Let's see the video you linked to have in chat. What video is that? Oh, the official audio video? No, but I'm gonna get a link for Landing Sims benefit.
I'll have to wait for a minute because I am having to climb because I'm being bounced from pillar to post.
It's the cockpit audio of the US Navy incident from a few months back.
Oh, is it where they saw a UFO?
It's where they drew one.
Oh. Yeah, they did.
I had to be careful how I phrased that for obvious reasons. It could very easily be described as UFO. Although I think a very easily identified flying object is probably a bit more accurate. Ah yes, ground clouds as far as the eye can see. Truly, this is high quality scenery. Do I know the context of what happened? It was a training flight that went a bit awry. It was them having a laugh, but it is classified as a proper incident because they weren't supposed to do that.
That's hilarious.
I've not listened to it yet.
They did it on purpose, didn't they?
Yeah, but it's classified as an incident because it wasn't allowed. The US Navy has rules about drawing things like that in the sky, believe it or not.
Oh, I'm pretty sure you can get away with saying the PG name for it, as they did in the video throughout.
Again, I've not seen the video. But a giant dong in the sky is probably not something you want to be drawing in the US Navy.
The correct term is phallus.
The correct term is penis, which they refer to it throughout. They actually do, I'm surprised.
Actually.
That's the scientific term.
I'm surprised because it's such an immature thing to do. You'd think they would have used one of them, like 5 million slang names.
Yes, I'm surprised.
Like, Americans, just draw a giant dong in the sky, come on.
I just got a flashback of that. You ever seen Austin Powers?
No.
Where they keep, the last words changes to a different scene.
But some of the flight patterns that pilots come up with for like test flights and stuff are hilarious. I presume you've seen the Boeing and Airbus test flights where they've just drawn giant planes in the sky.
Yeah. Whatever happened to the Navy ones? Like, officially, what happened?
The dude that did that?
Yeah.
I would imagine he was grounded for a few weeks and put on desk duty.
You gotta wonder. Like, there would have been a official line, and there would have been a behind the scenes what actually happened.
Well, for optics, they would have put him on desk for a while. Because it would look bad if they didn't. But
Yeah.
you probably got a few like claps on the backs and just like, yeah, well done, dude. That was impressive, but draw it better next time.
Well, that's the thing. Like, okay, they've obviously released the in-cockpit audio because no one would have picked that up. And if they were on military frequencies, they wouldn't have been able to be picked up by the flight trackers or anything. They could have gone underground. Who did it? What did it? I don't know.
Yeah, completely.
Which surprisingly didn't just do that.
Yeah, but at the same time, I guess it's good. Any publicity is good publicity. I've just realised I want to go on spaceflight now and see. Today's June 3rd, is it not?
Yes.
Did you ever that link I sent you speaking of space flight? That new space game that's coming up.
I didn't see it. Or, I should have seen it, but I didn't, I think.
Oh.
The Dragon capsule is coming down from the station at the moment.
Oh. We're going to put on a test stand for it to blow up again.
No, this is one of the cargo dragons, so they're just going to let it burn up, effectively. I still find it funny the cargo dragons are more reusable than the crew dragons.
Well, especially as they don't explode.
Well, yeah, not exploding does tend to be a helpful feature in any sort of aircraft.
Yep. They've cleared the space pad now, by the way, or the landing pad. That's cleared as safe. I was watching Cloudlooker's video on the SpaceX news.
I started watching it, but then I realised what time it was and had to start streaming.
Yeah.
I'll probably
Now
get...
school's over. Well, now school's almost over for the summer. He'll be doing a lot more content.
He said he's finished up for the summer now.
Oh, where is he? Wow, that's all.
Yeah, he put it up on his community page, so... Or his community tab, I should say.
No.
So, he's basically full-time at YouTube until September, I guess. Or whenever. This is a time-lapse song, actually. Alexander keeps pointing out the happy playlist on Pretzel is just full of songs from various time-lapses.
Oh,
How
really?
come you play it ×1 anyway, speaking of time lapse?
What?
You could do the whole of Africa in 2 days if you put it on time store.
But dealing with weather becomes an issue.
Yeah, big issue.
Trust me, I've tried. The planes going here, there, and everywhere.
You missed Dave's stream earlier then. Doing it anyway.
Yeah.
So was mine a minute ago, that's why I had to climb.
Not as bad as mine did.
You didn't see mine.
I lost 8,000 feet.
Sounds like your autopilot had a Fritz.
No. My plane iced up and stalled. For
Wow.
8,000 feet. You just tried to put the stream in 2 times speed.
Nah.
So we're what, 7 minutes from Bicket?
Baguette.
Bicket.
Oh, oui, je suis anglais.
So, yeah, I think now's a good time to start the descent to 2100. How do switch? Aha! I'll select and vertical speed.
Oh wow, the crew's down to £13.
Wow,
Really?
that's a game that's failed.
What's it on instant? Probably even cheaper.
That's what I'm reading.
Oh.
That's a game that's just like, please buy our game. We have kids to feed. What's the that's frequency? 1095. Where's nav radios? Com nav. 1095. 1095. Yeah, pilots quite often get in trouble for drawing giant dongs in the sky. Especially like people who are supposed to be like commercial pilots and stuff.
Oh, yeah. The only way you could probably safely do it and not get in trouble as long as no one sees you is if you've got an RC plane that's fitted with a smoke system.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Or if you're at, we'll say, an air show and it's quote unquote accidental.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure there are airshow pilots that do the quote-unquote accidental sky drawings. But there is one guy, I don't know if you've ever seen the video of this, Landy. There's one guy who has, I think it's a Piper Cub or something, and he does this drunk routine where he's like in the crowd drinking and then just steals his plane.
Dave,
Yes?
I've seen him do that live.
Oh, seen it? Yes,
The air
that
show
guy.
local to here I've actually got photos up on my Facebook page
Yeah.
where, yeah, this is a piper covered in M&Ms. He does that whole scheme like he doesn't know how to fly, loses an elevator, literally an elevator will drop from the sky.
Yeah, he will just kind of
No, aileron for it.
wreck the plane,
Yep.
and it's just such a good airshow stunt.
It's something that will never, ever happen in the UK scene because it would be totally ruled out. But the US and Canada have some of the best air shows. I've seen pilots do stupidly low maneuvers, and you think, how the hell is he not smeared all over that runway?
Yeah.
But there's one guy, same as Joe, a local lad, grew up flying. He's now, I think, he may be doing the Red Bull stuff or just aerobatics. And he was flying so low, where the little hill is on the runway, he was going under that. We couldn't see him from the flight line, and then pull back up.
See, the problem is in Europe is there after the Airbus incident, there is now a minimum height that you can do an airshow at.
Yep. Which some of the fighter stuff get under because they do touch and go.
Yeah. But if you're doing, we'll say, a flyby in a commercial jet or something, there is a minimum height now.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Which kind of sucks, but it makes sense as to why.
Yeah, commercial they're not supposed to be acrobatic in any shape or form.
Oh, that's pretty cool, actually, Alexander. Where I live is under one of the transatlantic routes. A lot of flights from London, if they're using certain transatlantic routes, will fly like directly over my house. And a few planes going to Shannon will as well, but they're still at like 30,000 feet. Unless it's an AN-12, in which case it's at like 12,000 feet and sounds like it's at 2,000.
Oh
Because
god, those are loud
AN-12s.
motherfuckers.
Yeah, you know what I'm on about, Landy.
Yeah, because I used to hear it come over mine, tell you about it, and then like 30 minutes later it'd go over yours. It was kind of comical.
Oh my god. If you've never heard an AN-12, it's a plane that sounds like it's at least half as high as it is.
Yep, that's the photo album for later, Dave. So scroll down, you'll see.
Oh, sweet. I'll pop that up after the stream.
And what I'll do is I'll Gyazo one of it and throw it into the stream.
What is the lever altimeter? Where's Swift? There it is.
How far are you from London?
Approximately 50-60 miles, so about 15 minutes, maybe a bit more.
Oh, nice. That's the link there for the stream.
1012, no SIG, 24008. Okay, that's fine. It's from 1900 Zulu. That is literally the... wow. The METAR from Libreville is 18 minutes old. So I think that's
No.
about accurate. $1900 Zulu, 24008, greater than 10 kilometers. Fiat 1500, which we're seeing. 2724, QNH 1012, no SIG. So, Cav okay. Or as the Americans say, Cavoc. Because they don't quite understand that it's Cav okay.
You're a Cavoc.
Whoa.
Gonna learn today what a Cavoc can look like.
Oh, cool! Alexander can see the Alexander can actually see the holds at Manchester from his house.
Oh wow, that's pretty cool.
Alexander gonna learn what a Cavoc look like today. What's that? I missed the first part of that sentence. Start. Or
Right.
waypoint.
Cavoc
Right.
isn't a waypoint, it's clouds and visibility okay. So,
Oh. Yeah, why don't you say so? Yeah, I know. If memory serves me correctly, right, it's clouds visibility, isn't it? Oh shit, I already forgot already, you told me like 10 seconds ago.
There's a waypoint
There's a
in Atlanta. On one of the Lord of the Rings themed arrivals, because of course, called Gollum. Like, I genuinely can't wait to bring this whole tour thing over to the US. Because just the procedures are hilarious. And the waypoint names.
Your Ortho's going to have a fit, though. Because I know the satellite images for the States and Canada are not that great at times.
This isn't even like the UK ones. You're going to have different coloured tiles every few miles.
I'll be using Bing Maps, so it should be okay. Bing is kind of the go-to for ortho because it's not Google Maps. Google tend to watermark every damn thing, so everything has Google written across it in giant letters. Bing doesn't. And there's about 6 different sources, so I can just choose the best one. How are we going for the descent here?
Oh my god, there's a McDonald's championship.
No, mine.
You should enter, you probably win.
I was about to say,
Yeah.
Okay, this is...
That looks amazing.
looks stunning.
It looks like a person down there, like a chalk outline around the body almost. That looks freaking cool.
I just saw the rivers and I was like, I wonder what this looks like from outside the plane, and then that.
That'd be a good screenshot right there, actually. Little camera a bit.
Don't know, Dave. I've got too many tabs open.
Let's get a bit more of a drama view of it. There we go.
Big green for Africa.
I mean, we're at the coast, Sim. There's literally rivers under the plane currently.
Well, it's probably like Kenya area, isn't it?
Did you tell Landy what happened to
Gabon.
rivers in the middle of nowhere?
What?
Where they had street lights going down them.
Oh, really?
I made it nighttime and a river just magically grew streetlights.
Wow. Autogen at its finest.
The awful boy was streets.
Let's, very briefly just make it real time here and see what happens. Because this could go hilariously weird. Okay, it's not actually gone too weird. We can
I cannot see stuff now.
Yeah, that's kind of the point. There's the airport up there. There's the beginnings of Libreville. And other than that, there's nothing. So at least the river hasn't magically grown streetlights. It's 9 o'clock in Libreville at the moment.
Yeah, Dave's talking again.
What?
Near a dog.
I can't hear a dog.
Are you kidding me? I was coming through clear as anything, a dog barking.
Through your microphone, you should be able to hear it in real life. Mind you, have headphones on. So.
I've got the headphones on. The ones that you hate, might I add.
I don't hate them, I just don't like them.
Well, the microphone's shocking on that, but it's perfect.
Microphone's hilariously
pleasant.
bad, yeah. But, like, it's perfect for VATSIM, and I'm actually using it as a monitor mic. Like, I've got the mic active right now, and I'm listening through it.
Yeah, I can do that. It'll put me off too much.
It's a direct feed. There's no delay.
Oh, okay. Kind of like the Turtle Beaches used to be.
Yeah, like I'm just using it as a monitor to know when I'm talking, basically.
Your microphones do that anyway. Should do, unless you don't use the sound card.
I've used Astros, don't I? So it's the same sound card. Not unless I fed the mic, which probably could actually. Let's give it a go.
So I can put a microphone into my headphones with my through my microphone. But...
I can't be bothered doing that. It's just easier to use, like, the headset mic as a monitor mic.
What's that then?
There's a cloud in the water.
No, that is
It's ice.
not what that is, Dave. Someone spilt some washing up powder. Now it's all bubbled and fuzzed. Foamed, that's the word. Foamed.
apart from the clouds that are on the ground, this looks really, really nice.
I'll tell you what I was trying to say in chat earlier, but I couldn't remember to decide. You can it's very saturated, but from a game point of view, it looks good.
Yeah, the extra saturation
It does,
suits the game.
Like I always had a bit of saturation to like GTA and everything, just because it pops and looks a bit better.
Yeah.
I can't stand dull games.
You're a
I
dog
live
game.
in the UK. Well, I don't need that.
Yeah.
Like, I could probably tweak the saturation down, but I don't think that'd be a good idea.
What game is it that's really... GTA 4. So dull.
Oh yeah, that was.
A reshade for it.
I've got GTA 4, the greyest GTA.
I mean, it is New York City.
I know, but you could have played that in grayscale, it wouldn't have made a difference.
Which colour car do you want? Oh, it doesn't matter, they all look the same. I'll have this one, dusty green.
Good game, though.
It's not aged well.
I haven't played it for a long ass time, so I couldn't even say. But yeah, no doubt.
GTA 4's big issue is it was trying to be too topical.
Yeah.
Tried to be too realistic as well. They definitely made a good choice with GTA 5. Handling wise.
I think GTA 5 was kind of a really good... Why is the plane doing that? Hang on, what are you doing, plane?
What?
It's just... Oh, I see what's going on. It's ignoring the flight plan and just going direct to the airport.
Probably into the star, aren't you, by now?
Yeah, I'm on the start. I was ignoring the star because I had the airport set as the final point, just so that the star and approach would come in properly. And I forgot to activate the star, so it was just turning to go direct to the airport.
Don't get to activate the star, Dave.
Yes, thank you.
I'm always here to help.
Could actually probably throw the gear down right now. Any indication here of when the gear should come down? Any, like, please don't put the gear down at 300 knots signs or anything? No?
Should be.
There
New
actually
maneuvers
isn't.
stuff.
There's
It's
actually...
on glide. It's usually on glide slope, isn't it? On these turbo prop. You know what I mean? Like
With GA, you can pretty much put the gear down at any point and it's fine.
Well, for the Bonanza I'm in, it's 150 knots.
Yeah. It's probably about 150 for this as well. But it's literally like in GA, you just put the gear out when you need extra drag.
Yep.
There's no, like, you put it down at this exact point or else it will explode.
I mean, it will.
Oh, yeah. For sure, if you're going way too fast.
Yeah. But if you're, like, below...
I have no idea what we're talking about.
If you go on the right speed...
Undercarriage.
Yeah, the
Whoa.
gear.
That's enough of that, kid.
5,000
We're
feet.
talking about aircraft undercarriage.
I think somehow Joe's turning up and I'm hearing trumpets and all sorts of tubas and stuff coming through my headphones. Sounds like
Trumpets?
Yes. I forgot the word tuba.
He hasn't got any. This is. Bum 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 bum.
Samoa
Bum
Joe.
bum bum bum.
Samoa
Yeah.
Joe is the elephant fart chorus.
Which Sim just did.
Reminds me of that Tonight song. I'll link it later on to you. Oh, we aren't using it. So he's just doing this on Discord.
I'm only drag Dave on here because I'm in flight sim as well, so I'm keeping it flight simmy.
Yeah.
Whoa.
But you know that Sim just puts on an act on YouTube when he says stuff like that. And
Oh, for sure.
You remember he's just an idiot. I'm sure.
Sim's whole YouTube is an act.
Yeah.
Bum 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 bum.
But
Excuse me, I resent that remark.
I'm sure that
It's
you've got
true.
a fanboy somewhere that thinks that you're actually like you act on the channel.
Excuse me, I'm the life of the party on this week.
Well, depends what you're into.
Is that what you're complaining about 2K crashing on you for the 15th time?
I
Oh, did you?
No, I managed to get 2K working somehow by modding the crap out of it. And
then
I
you
found out
realised
that
you were
that
at
was
the end of the game.
anyway.
What, where it kept on crashing?
That, basically, the bit after the crash, right, is a cutscene and then the credits.
No way.
The whole time, all I've been missing is a cutscene and then the credits.
Wow.
Like, all of his whining and complaining about 2K crashing, he was actually at the end of the game.
Yeah, I may look at getting it if it's very dirt cheap at one point, then if it's...
It works fine now. I don't know if it's because I modded it or...
Well, you weren't really started your career at one point.
Yeah, I'm glad I did now. I only thought I was like halfway through.
Yeah, it kind of means it's a real crap career because you burnt through that real quick.
No, I didn't. I was on it for hours.
Oh, really?
See how much hours I put into WWE.
Yeah, before the crashing?
Yeah, you only started playing Universe mode because of the crash.
But what happens once you've reached the end credit sort of thing? Can you then still carry on the career?
Yeah.
You become Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, you just defend your title for as long as you can, but Universe mode is much better for after that.
Oh, the plane's done the thing where it flies in exactly the wrong direction again.
Or because the Fool set it up wrong?
No, I'm just gonna go direct D012 kilo or Delta 012 kilo even. So yep, now we're turning in the right direction. The sound of this plane is hella boring. Well, I mean it's a turboprop, so the drone is kind of the appeal.
No, don't talk to me about drone. Right now I keep on hearing rain. Which sounds great, but it was nice when it just stopped for a few seconds and started again. And I'm at 8,000 feet and I'm still hearing freaking rain.
PG trim.
Well, that was PG.
There are quite a few trees on the ground there.
Yes, and they're 2D goodness.
No, they're 3D.
Just because they have two 3D images go through each other doesn't make them 3D.
They're totally 3D.
Yeah, exactly, look at it.
It's the super special X-shaped 3D. The height of modern technology. There you go, Matt. Is that engine note a bit better for you? Now that I've upped the prop pitch to max.
You got it on automatic. Never mind. I was about to praise you for something you don't need to praise you for.
What?
The fact that your turbines are completely synced up. Then I realised you got it on automatic.
I think most put turboprops are automatic nowadays. Well, basically all of them are, but...
Yeah, you just turn on prop sync.
Yep.
You've clearly never driven the crop duster.
Crop dusters are usually single.
Yeah, actually. Even I think DC-3 is a prop sync.
Yeah, they do. Well, yeah, any multi-engine aircraft has prop sync.
Yeah.
Or prop sync.
Hell, even the Connie that I fly in this has prop sync.
How long left? We're at 2,100 feet for the ILS. Airport's just over there.
So basically until he ditches it in the water.
I'm not gonna ditch it in the water unless we stall again. In which case, I'm at 2,100 feet, there isn't really much time to save a stall.
And Q engine failure.
No, I've actually got
my
the engines all good at the moment.
What you said about me being an idiot.
Yes.
I'm not going to go into details because it's boring, but I'm making my own championship on 2K19. Now, it took me ages to put in the text, bit by bit. I've just found a preset that I could have used.
GG. Yep. Dave's waiter's just bought him tea.
Yeah.
But you just had pizza.
I've not had pizza
Well,
yet,
yeah, just
actually.
after dinner tea. You know how it works.
Yeah.
He's got that butler well trained.
Did you have pizza and chips for starter, Dave?
What? I've not actually had any pizza yet, by the way. I've been just kind of picking away at the chips. Airport should be visible over there. Where's Libreville?
Just
Doesn't
left of the cruise ship.
Oh, that might be.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, actually, it is.
Oh, no way. Just said it for jokes.
Because the airport is, I want to say there, that looks like a control tower. And in behind the cruise ship, to the left of the cruise ship, are some high-rise buildings and a church that looks suspiciously like it could be a town.
Jeez.
Like that. That's covered by chat. Yeah, to the left of the cruise ship. Well done, Landy.
That's the thing, 'cause I told him.
Sure you did.
Told you what?
Exactly.
Where's the approach mode button on this? There it is.
Did you ever pressurize the cabin?
Yes. I
He
think.
says when he does it.
I don't care, it didn't give me a blackout, so...
Impressive.
Oh, let's turn off the bar.
Oh, the alcohol's not being served anymore?
There is actually a bar switch, by the way.
What is it? Oh, legit alcohol bar sort of thing?
It's cabin and then it's bar, so I presume it's for like a galley?
Huh. Well, I guess it is sort of a business thing, so it makes sense.
Yeah. Just when you thought I was coming up with some silly joke. No, there's actually a bar switch. I should re-change the QNH now to suit what it actually is. 10. Oh, such a big change to the QNH. Perfect. We should actually have done that about 6,000 feet, but oh well. Believe it or not, Matt, this is my favorite sound in planes. I love turboprop drones. Armed ignition. That's all good. That's all good. That's all good. Turn that on as well. You don't like the way it feels? I actually quite like this one. I think it feels good. It feels good unless you got flaps out full. Then it just feels like a flying brick. But you put the approach flaps in it, it behaves relatively well. just waiting now to hit Venus in 2 minutes time and then we'll be on final. We used up like half a tank of fuel on this flight as well.
Negative.
No, we have.
Where are you?
We're at 2,100 pounds of fuel. Earlier we're down to 1,200s. It's 2,200 we were at earlier even. There's the turn to final, and that's when I'll swap into VLOC and approach mode. There's the runway. I could go visual. Can I be bothered going visual though? Let's let it bring in the glide slope and then I'll go visual from there. So, approach. ADI. I'll actually be able to see the damn runway. Thank you very much, plane. I think auto-gen around Libreville just doesn't work very well because the satellite photo is terrible. Coming up to glide slope, intercept. And it looks like we're actually on the slope already, which doesn't make much sense. Pull back the throttles. Gear down. And wow, that's a crab.
Yeah, nice.
Flaps full. And I'll power off.
The squeakiest joystick ever.
I'm genuinely not hearing it. Which is the funny thing. I genuinely can't hear it. I can feel it, but I can't hear it. I need to get in there with some grease or WD-40 or something. Because it's just the bearings are rubbing against each other a bit.
White lithium would be the best bet for around that.
Yeah, where would you go about getting that?
Pretty much anywhere that sells lubricants. It's usually the sort of grease they put in sticks like that is white grease.
Fair enough. Hey, Eddie Boo.
Because it's more likely plastic that's from an actual ball bearing.
Yeah, it's plastic on plastic. Hence why it's so squeaky.
Hell, even Vaseline will probably do it.
I think I've got some Vaseline in here somewhere.
Of course you would. And we'll leave that there.
Coming in quite nicely on approach here, actually.
Oh my god.
What?
The sound of that joystick.
Right?
Oh my god, I forgot this thing just does not like when you cut throttle.
Wasted.
Minus 830. All because I cut throttle.
Wow.
Also, I think I got, yeah, that's the loosest my joystick gets, by the way.
Lord. This is squeaking, I don't know if it comes across on the stream.
I genuinely don't know. Exclamation mark Rue Daddy Boo. R-O-U-T-E.
Yeah, that would have probably been better if you kept the throttle and just glided.
Yeah, should have left, not even full throttle, but a crack.
Yep.
Would have been much, much better. Right, do we have any ground charts for Libreville? Because I forgot to check where I want to be parking up. The civil apron. So pretty much anywhere around here is fine.
Well, after that landing, dump it in the scrap pile.
Oh, hang on, there's a hangar.
Oh, you watch you crash because it's got collisions.
There's no coke machine in that hangar. We will not use that hangar.
I'll just stick your wingtip off there.
And I can do one better. Hello, Qantas. For some reason you're in... Why is that Qantas?
The Qantas is within the other one.
No, number one is within another plane, but it's also in Libreville.
Mm-hmm.
That's a bit outside the operational range of that plane. The UPS van and Total, yeah, okay. I know where to park. Hang on a second. Let's swing it around here. Somehow that has wingtip clearance. I'm not entirely sure that's true. See, perfect parking spaces right in here.
Oh, there you go.
Now we get to see if I've landed it in the fence. Yes! In fact, the props are currently in the fence.
Yep.
That poor dude in his VW Passat?
Yeah, Passat Jetta.
Which has seen better days, to be fair, but I feel sorry for him. Because it's just been wrecked by an idiot who's decided to park his plane in a parking spot. No fuel cut off. But the props. Flaps up, external power on, everything else off. I had engine anti-ice on the entire time, oops. Click spots for some of these are a bit finicky. There we go, that'll do.
No, so I don't need plus 16 at 8,000 feet.
Plus 16 degrees Celsius at 8,000.
Yeah.
That's kind of impressive.
Well, where I'm at right now, they've got real hot temperatures, so I'm not surprised.
Ah, fair enough. In terms of the stream, though, that's gonna do it. How far in the tour do I think I'll get by the end of the year? I mean, I wasn't actually anticipating getting this far so quickly.
Good lord, look at it.
Because like, I started in Dublin, which is... like... you look at the tour. I started here, went here, here, and then made my way down and around. And, like, I'm already a decent bit of the way through. It looks like not a lot because it's an insane tour, but
Yeah.
when you consider that if I zoom out to show the entire world, there's a decent chunk of green on that map already.
God, look at it. This would be so worth it over on Twitch.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna start restreaming. Because this is just... I really like this idea. That's why I'm
Yeah,
doing
I've not
it.
seen anyone do it yet.
There's a few people that do it, but they don't do it as extreme as this.
Yeah.
Most people, when they do world tours, it's like... I know Chewy's done the Around the Tour in 80 Legs, or Around the World in 80 Legs tour. Most world tours are basically let's fly around the world in a GA plane and just go like zip 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 zip.
Yep.
And this is a whole different level of stupid. I mean, for goodness sake, I've got a leg to Antarctica. Who goes
nice.
to Antarctica?
You just gave me an idea.
Yeah, if you want to go to Antarctica, the quickest way will be from Midshipman Zignatu Aerodrome in Puerto Williams in Chile. And you'll want to fly to the Teniente or Marsh Airport in Antarctica.
Well, I'm going to be up in Yellowknife, so it'll be Liverpool.
Yeah. There's our Antarctic stop.
God,
Which-
that's a small runway.
Yeah, I'm planning on that in like a DC-3. Or something that can stop fairly sharpish.
Yeah. Twin order, if you could get one of those, that'd be good.
The twatters for X-Plane are terrible.
That sucks.
Yeah, I'm waiting for a Dash 8 because there's one in development and I'm just kind of waiting on that to be done. They got all the external. What the hell? Why is there a Russian?
That's not Russian. That looks US.
No, that's. I think that's Russian. It's from the RU library. That's from RU library. A lot of airports use an Russian. Apparently, I broke my record. Sorry. A lot of airports sceneries use a Russian library for military things because they've got trucks and stuff. And that was either a Maz or a Kamaz that just drove past. Anyway, in terms of the stream, that's gonna do it for today. Hope you enjoyed it. Like, if you want more flights in, wait until I guess actually Thursday the 6th. Yeah, you'll have to wait until Thursday because I'll be doing the D-Day flight then. Then Friday for more tour. But that's that. Until next time, stay safe and goodbye. I'm gonna mute up TeamSpeak, by the way. Stay safe and goodbye.
User left your channel.